Hare Krishna, am I audible?
Yes, Mataji. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranam Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, one and all. Welcome you all to the level 2 Bhagavad Gita course. So hope you have enjoyed your level 1 session, little bit informative, and you're able to retain certain things what you have learned there. Okay. So without wasting much time, I will just start with the session. So this is just an orientation, like what exactly we are going to do, how long we'll be together in this course, and like how it goes about and what are the contents. See, in the level 1 class, it was just an overview, like what exactly is the content of the chapter, maybe few Srimad Bhagavatam stories are there. And yes, in the beginning, we had certain sloka recitation by some volunteers and all. So here we'll go a little bit deeper, exactly verses wise, what content we have to remember, and the philosophical aspect, and the deeper learning will be there in this. Okay. So we start with the pranam mantra. Of course, that goes in when this I will do when I take the chapter. Okay, so I'll just pass on the information. So why there are levels in understanding Gita courses? So what is Srila Prabhupada is saying to a letter, what he has written in the year 1974. In my books, the philosophy of Krishna consciousness is explained fully so if there is anything which you do not understand, then you simply read the book again and again. Okay, that's what we are doing. That's the reason why we have a levels. By reading daily, the knowledge will be revealed to you, and by this process, your spiritual life will develop. So, letter to Bahrupa, Bombay, 22 November 1974. So, first of all, congratulations for all of you on completing your level 1, and welcome to the level 2 class. So, yeah, what are the prerequisites? Or like what is all required to join this is, yeah, all of you must be chanting at least one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra Japa, and completing 8 days of level 1 course, which includes a quiz also. So what do we learn in this? Okay, 1 chapter per week. So today and tomorrow, we'll be completing chapter 1. So this goes on for 18 weeks, and 18 chapters will be covered. Okay, so previously 18 days course means 1 chapter, that was an overview. So the same chapter has been divided into 2 days, and we'll have a deeper learning. So it would be better if you prepare yourself by reading a bit what all we are going to discuss in the class. Okay, and how do we learn? So self-study, as I told you now, and reading the book. First, you can go either summaries first, then the purports, or you can read summary and purport together. But 20 slokas in a day is quite reasonable enough for you to read it. Okay, attending the classes and listening and teaching. And at the same time, yeah, quiz and assignment goes hand in hand. So that you need to do it. And please take Sankalpa today that you will chant 1 round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day, and try to increase even more. So, and regularly attend the Gita classes and actively participate in discussion during the classes. So please don't be like, it is always good if you are asking more questions, and if you have any doubts or whatever you feel like, you should feel free to ask in the class. Or you can just put it in a text box so that at the end of the class, we can take on the question and answer session. So Anything the co-host wanted to convey to the level 1 participant? Hare Krishna.
No, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So strictly, the groups which are being created, that only use only for the information regarding the classes or any content you want and all. Apart from that, no other messages are allowed. Okay. And this is our new temple premises address. That is a Coconut Garden Road, Kadri Gold. No, there's an old one. Yeah. As you all know, ISKCON Mangalore located. This is an old temple address, and new temple is in Kulai. And this is a phone number and the mail ID. This is a mail ID of Navnish Das Prabhu. And anytime you have any queries or anything you wanted to convey him on a personal note also, you can mail him on this mail ID. Okay. So these are the basic things. So we will start with the chapter 1. Yeah. Okay. So today's chapter is Arjuna Vishada Yoga or chapter. So here the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita is very, very important. So because of all the 700 times, Dhritarashtra is there in chapter 1. That is the first chapter. It starts with that. Okay. And rest of the slokas it goes on. And Krishna will not speak in first chapter. Only it's Arjuna's conversation that he's explaining, or he's saying his whatever thinking, his thought process to Lord Krishna. Okay. So Dhritarashtra will be inquiring. Sanjaya, his secretary, you can see him who is sitting here. He will be explaining what exactly is happening in the war field and all. And Arjuna will be lamenting not to go for the war. So the whole conversation will be happening in first chapter. So these are the 3 main characters what you see in this, and the conversation is happening. So he is asking and he's explaining, and Arjuna is speaking to Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna will not speak in first chapter. Okay. So whatever we are learning, these are based on the teachings of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. He is a founder Acharya for ISKCON, that is International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So because of his work, because he brought this knowledge to us, so in this era also, we are able to use this. At the same time, thanks to Namanisas Prabhuji, the temple president, who has started this online course during the COVID time, who has, more than 7.5 to 8 lakhs devotees have been benefited out of this, and many people have taken seriously Krishna consciousness, and so people are able to progress further in the bhakti. So the energy of NND Prabhuji is also so great that he has blessed us to move on this endeavor further. Okay. So before starting on to the class, I think we'll start with a Mangalacharana prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadanti Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shrirupam Saragrachatam. Excuse me. Sahaga Raghu, just a minute. Hare Krishna. Sorry. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Prema Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radha Vrindavaneshwari Prishabhanu Hare Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, yes, welcome you all. We'll start with the class. So, according to Srila Prabhupada, Gita is the basic practical book, the first step to Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, so one must study Bhagavad Gita inside and out, and that will help govern our external activities. Why? Because Bhagavad Gita is divided into 18 chapters. The first 6 chapters are the Karma Yoga chapter, where exactly Lord Krishna will say what has to be done as a duty, the karma, and how you have to do the duty, and what consciousness you have to do the duty, and what is that which will take you further in the bhakti, and what is the highest yoga. So these 6 chapters will emphasize only on this. So middle 6 chapters are called the Bhakti Yoga chapters. So where to take the ladder of a bhakti, you got certain prerequisite, like doing your work only for the God and not expecting any results, and dutifully working and engaging your senses in the service of the Lord, and always remembering the Lord. So then ultimately you will attain that bhakti yoga, and you will be able to serve the Lord. So last 6 chapters, thou what do you say, no amount of it's all about the Jnana Yoga chapters. It's all about your the patterns. I can say the Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. So which mode is facilitating you to go towards the bhakti? So and if you are there in Rajo and Tamoguna, so how you're going to have a downfall, and what type of a food you should have, what type of association you should maintain, and what is the difference between a material world and a spiritual world. So all these differences have been explained detailedly in the last 6 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. So now we are in the first 6, that is the Karma Yoga chapters. So try to understand in detail what exactly Srila Prabhupada is trying to tell us through these books. Okay, so one must understand the flow philosophy, not in isolation, but we are all in one class. I think we can collectively learn this. Yeah. Lord Krishna's compassion. Shankaracharya describes Gita as a river of nectar, and next we'll have a little bit detail about the Mahabharata, that is the family tree of the Kuru dynasty, and the Gita starts with Arjuna denial of the war, and then Lord speak Gita out of compassion for living entities. Lord will speak in the 2nd chapter only. Okay, so first chapter is all about the arrangement of the war, the questionnaire forms, and Arjuna's lamentation. Yeah, this is the Kuru family. Okay, because all these Pandavas and Kauravas belong to the Kuru dynasty. So this is the basic what do you say, the chart where it will enumerate like who belong to where and all. Okay. Yeah. Bhishma Pitamaha, because he is uncle to Pandavas and Kauravas. So it starts with him. He is born to Gangamaya and Shantanu Maharaj. Okay. Then Shantanu Maharaj marries Satyavati because Bhishma wanted to remain celibate for his lifetime. Okay. And sorry, mixed English, sorry. So, Shantanu's son will be there, you know. Yeah. Santanu's son will be there, who is a Vichitra Virya. Okay. And Vichitra Virya. So Vichitra Virya will marry Ambalika. Okay. And because Bhishma wanted to remain celibate, there is a small story, you know, like when what do you say? Shantanu Maharaj was going around on the bank of the river near his kingdom and all, he will see a beautiful lady, you know, and she will be Ganga. So once he see her and he'll fall in love with her, and he approaches her, and he will say, yeah, like, I wanted to marry you. So Ganga Maya will say him like, it's okay, I don't have any objection, but the only condition is that you should not ask me anything. After marriage, you should give me a complete freedom. So the moment when you ask me, that's then I'm going to leave you. So like that, both of them will get married, and they will have around 7 kids. And every time the kid is born, she will take that kid and immerse in Ganga. Or Shantanu will not be able to tolerate that. For the 8th kid, he will stop her. And that 8th kid will be Bhishma Pitamaha. So she will stick to her word that, why did you ask me? And she will go back to her place. And Bhishma Pitamaha will be totally raised by Ganga Maya. And like that, when he come back, you know, after once he's attained some, after he passed off his adolescent age and all, and he's well versed with all his administration skills and everything, once he learned and is fit enough to be a king and all, he'll come there. Okay, and Shantanu will be seeing Bhishma Pitamaha at a very long distance, and he will just he'll be saying to himself like, if at all somebody is if my son would have been, then he would be of this age and looking so beautiful, and this child has a many similarities as me. So likewise, when he go to there, then Ganga Maya will come. She will appear and he says, he is your son. Now that I am handing over him to you, so you can take care of him. So likewise, he was in a young age. When he's going around, he will have an encounter with a female. Okay. And who is a daughter of a fisherman. So he likes her. He wanted to marry her. So the same thing he'll express to his father. But the fisherman who is there, he will not accept for the alliance. He says, if my daughter gets married to you, then she will marry to Bhishma. She will never be the, she will not be enthroned, she will not be the queen and all. So better if you marry her, then she will have a son who will become king eventually. So that was the plan, and Bhishma Pita will take a vow that he will remain celibate for the lifetime. So this is a brief thing. Okay, so the Vichitra Virya will be there, and is a son who is born out of the uh, for both of them. And once they were looking for alliance and all, so he will abduct, Bhishma Pitamaha will abduct Ambika, Ambalika, and Amba. So these 3 people, and they will they and you know, the Ambika will be in love with some what do you say, some other person, and she's not willing to. So when they come here and when he abduct these 3 ladies and present in front of the Vichitra Virya, then she will express that this is what. So he says, how can I marry a lady who is already in love with somebody else? So he will, what do you say, she couldn't take that and she will kill herself. Okay. So that's how, why I'm saying you, this is 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. She will appear. So in front of Bhishma Pitamaha, and that story will come into the 11th chapter. So that's how he will not be unarmed. He will be unarmed and he will not be able to fight at that point of time. Okay. So, yeah. So Satyavati and Parasara Muni, their kid is Vyasadeva, and again Vidura is his brother, and sort of this you got Kunti. Again, Pandu and Kuntri, Pandu will be having two wives, and their children are this Pancha Pandava, Yudhishthir, Bhishma, Arjuna, Nakula, and Sahadeva. And Dhritarashtra and Gandhari, son Duryodhana, and all the people, Dushasana, and 98 sons and all. And yeah, Shakuni is the brother of Gandhari. And Abhimanyu's son is Parikshit Maharaj, and Abhimanyu, son of Arjuna. And Subhadra is the sister of Lord Krishna and Balarama. Okay, this is the brief review of the chart. So a bit confusing, but okay. Yeah. So as I told you, the divisions of Bhagavad Gita, 1 to 6 chapters are Karma Yoga chapters, next are the Bhakti Yoga chapters, and the last are the Jnana Yoga chapters. So now we are in the Karma Yoga chapters. So Acharya gives the following reason why Bhakti Yoga is the middle of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because before we learn what exactly is the Bhakti, we should know what exactly is required as a individual, as a human being in the soul which nurtures us. So we should know first about our duties and responsibility, then knowing the full knowledge about the soul and its what do you say, responsibility, then we come to the Bhakti Yoga. So Bhakti is very secret, and it is the essence of all scriptures. Karma and Jnana Yoga are not of use without any bhakti. So they are surrounded by both. So bhakti gives life to karma and the jnana yoga. So generally it will not be disclosed. We do not disclose anything with which is secret until we become intimate. So hence sort of respect, bhakti is placed in the middle. So here we have an analogy. Like when the king is traveling, we have an army front and the back, which is protecting the king. So similarly, the Bhakti Yoga is there in the middle, similar to that, protecting the countries. So yeah, Srila Prabhupada commentary of the books is mostly based on the prominently from Srila Baladeva Vidyabhushana, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura, Srila Sridhar Swami, and Sripada Ramanujacharya. So as I told you in the beginning, there are 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita, of which Dhritarashtra is saying only 1, and Arjuna spoke about 84, and Sanjaya spoke about 41, and Lord Krishna, the highest of all the verses spoken by Lord Krishna, is 574. So chapter 1 sections, so that is 1.1 to 127 is introduction, that is the preparation of the war. Okay, what is all there in the war side? So Dhritarashtra will be asking in the first sloka, Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yutsava Mamaka Pandavashava Kima Akurvata Sanjaya. That means, please Sanjaya, explain me what exactly is happening in the war front. Okay, so for that, Sanjaya will be explaining, like, this is what is there, these people came, and this is how the arrangement is there. And Arjuna is speaking like this. So here, as you go into the chapter, you will have certain insecurities which are there by Duryodhana, and different aspects of Duryodhana will be there, and how a army will be arranged in a war, and what is the Arjuna's mindset and all these things we will come to know. So the other section mostly deals with the Arjuna's doubt. Like, if I do this, what happening? If I do this, how it's going to be? And all those things. He's totally confused and lost, and he don't have a command over himself, and he's confused, basically. Okay. So let's start with a summary of section A, that is 1.1 to 1.27. So introduction is preparation of the war. So Sanjaya informs, as Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjaya. So Sanjaya is informing Dhritarashtra that like, what are the conversations which has happened. So first, after Dhritarashtra will ask, then Sanjaya will start narrating. And he will say, next comes the character of a Duryodhana. So Duryodhana will enter to the place of Dronacharya, and whenever a disciple come to a guru, so he will bow down, he'll offer the obeisances, and he will take his blessings, especially in this very precious situation where the war is going to be there. But here the Duryodhana's attitude is that he will neither offer any obeisances onto Dronacharya. In turn, he will threaten him that don't try to take the side of Pandavas. I know Pandavas are very dear to you, but you have to take on our side. Okay. So at the same time, yeah, Duryodhana's appraisal of the relative fighting strength of Pandavas and Kuru armies. He knows somewhere his army, some pockets are there where he feel we are weak. Though they are having a larger army than Pandavas, but somewhere his sixth sense or inner consciousness says you are weak. So, and Bhishma and the Kuru army then loudly blow the conch shells, giving Duryodhana joy. But Bhishma Pitama will say that this is somewhere I don't feel that we are going to win over this situation. So this slokas 14 to 17 on the other side, Lord Krishna and Arjuna will blow their conch shells. And when they are blowing the conch shells, that will create some tumultuous sounds, like an uproar in the sky, and definitely that's giving a blow to the Kauravas that somewhere it's not okay that we are going to lose it. So, and 20 to 27, Arjuna will request Lord Krishna to draw the chariot between the two armies to observe the Kurus, and Arjuna sees many relatives and well-wishers on both the sides. Okay, so now we'll proceed further. Hare Krishna. I wanted one devotee volunteer to please read this one.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Should I
Krishna.
read?
Yes, ma.
Dhritarashtra's question to Sanjaya, what did they do? Dhritarashtra's fear and concern. Kurukshetra, Dharmakshetra, where religious rituals are performed. Lord Krishna SPG was present, Veda's place of worship, even for heavenly people. Pandavas are righteous, become stronger, favor. Bhishma Drona are saintly. Natural tendency not to fight, battle may not take place, cannot satisfy selfish desire to rule over the kingdom. Dhritarashtra distinguishes Pandavas from Kurus, same family, Mamaka. Ignorance on bodily concept of life. And from there, Dhritarashtra fearful about the influence of the holy place on outcome of battle. Analogy remove weeds from paddy field. Similarly, irreligious people will be wiped out in the battle. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. So first question is asked by Dhritarashtra, what are my sons and Pandaputra's sons are doing? So he has that divided feeling, even his brother's sons are his sons, but he don't have that inclusiveness. Okay. And somewhere he knows his sons are not proper. They are having adharma, and still he is blinded by the love towards his sons, and he wanted them to win over the situation. But he knows Pandavas are very much, pious and more qualified and dharma following people. And he feels the place where this war happening, that is the Kurukshetra. Actually, it is called as the Dharmakshetra because many of the religious rituals have been performed. So forget about the strength and all those things from both the sides, that is Pandavas and Kauravas. The place may favor the Pandavas to win over the war. That's what he has in his mind. Okay. So, and Kurukshetra, seconded by Lord Krishna's present, and a place of worship where all the Vedas have been recited, and Pandavas who are righteous and religious and pure devotees and all. And you got other people they are there, Bhishma and Drona are there, but somehow he feels no, they can't, Kauravas may not be able to win over the situation. So he is very anxious and he's asking Sanjaya, please explain that. So here the analogy we have of removing weeds. So this means Krishna's avatara in this particular era is to remove the weeds. That is, who are the weeds here? The Kauravas. Okay, they are the adharmic people and passing on all the things which is not suitable for the mankind to live. So he has come here to pluck them out. So how he is going to pluck them out? This we will come in detail in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So verse 1, Dhritarashtra's question to Sanjaya, what did they do? And the key point what we have to learn from this is how to understand Srimad Bhagavad Gita and the fears and concerns of Dhritarashtra regarding Dharmakshetra and how he is distinguishing Pandavas from the Kurus. So one question I have for an audience. So if a person is righteous enough from inside and he is good in his deeds and endeavors and all, will he have these insecurities inside?
Hare
No,
Krishna.
No,
Mataji.
Mataji.
No.
No. Yeah. So that means he is blindfolded. He is not only blind, but he is blindfolded by the love of his sons, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
So coming to verse 2 and verse 3, I wanted some other devotee volunteer to read this.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Can I
Krishna.
read, Mataji?
Yes.
Verse 2. Duryodhana approaches Dronacharya. Duryodhana approaches Dronacharya after assessing military formation of the Pandavas. Duryodhana addressed as king to encourage despondent King Dhritarashtra. Though Duryodhana is king, still he has to approach commander-in-chief for advice, fear. Can I continue next, Mataji?
Yeah. I think if we'll ask any other devotee volunteer wanted to read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, may I read verse 3, please?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu, please.
Duryodhana is an expert politician diplomat. Opposing journal Drishtadyumna is called by referred to as son of Drupada, his enemy. By calling Drishtadyumna as son of Drupada, his enemy, provoking Drona. Drishtadyumna was trained by Dronacharya. See the result of his training, pointed his mistake. Drishtadyumna is always a disciple of Dronacharya, so being guru is always an expert. Similarly, Pandavas are also trained by Dronacharya. He should not be lenient in fighting. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare
I
Krishna.
hope,
So
I
verse
hope
2
I
says,
was I hope I was able to speak
Yes.
clearly.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna, Mataji.
So verse,
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Verse 2, Duryodhana approaches Dronacharya. Okay, as I told you, Duryodhana will approach Dronacharya, but he will not bow the obeisances and all. But as a king, he will ask for advice in fear, you know, he somewhere his sixth sense says that everything is not going to be okay and all, and because why he is worried is Drishtadumya. Who is the Drishtadumya? He is the son of Drupada. Okay, and he is the one who has arranged for the military phalanx from the Pandava side. Okay, and he was trained by Dronacharya. Okay, and Dronacharya now knows clearly, now he is on the Kaurava side, like what exactly is the military phalanx which is arranged there. Okay, now he is saying that. So there is a small story again here that Drupada and Duryodhana, Dronacharya are very good friends. And see, Dronacharya is basically a Brahmana, but he's trained in military arts and all. Likewise, he will train Kauravas and Pandavas. And because due to some unforeseen situation, Dronacharya has to be killed in the hands of Drishtadyumna. Okay. Knowing that also, he will not leave any stone unturned to train Drishtadyumna. So what is the learning we have to learn from this? See, if you take example of our Kamsa, the moment he come to know Krishna is born, he will make every damn attempt to kill him, isn't it? But when Dronacharya come to know Drishtadyumna is born and he is the one who is going to kill him, but he will make him learn everything in the military arts. He will not step back. So what is the learning from these two characters, Kamsa
Hare
and
Krishna,
Dronacharya?
Mataji.
Yes.
We can learn that regardless of the situation, we have to do our duties.
Yes. Yes, somebody else were speaking. Any more inputs?
While doing a prescribed duty, we must not fear Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, because Duryodhana knows that he has trained Drishtadyumna, now he is saying, of course, Pandavas are also trained by Dronacharya. So, don't be lenient in fighting. Somewhere he is saying, you know that they are going to win it. But it is also out of his own insecurity, he's speaking that don't be lenient towards the Pandavas. Okay. The key points what we have to learn from this is, thou Duryodhana is an expert politician and diplomat, but he is fearing, somewhere they may lose on their battle, lose on the battlefield, and he's referring Drishtadyumna as a son of Drupada, and Dhritarashtra is distinguishing Pandavas and Kurus separately. So my sons and the Panduputra sons, as is mentioning in the first thing. So there is a clear-cut demarcation. Now it is in the same family, brother and elder brother's sons and the younger brother's sons. But there is a lot of demarcations in the mind of Dhritarashtra.
Hare Krishna,
With,
Mataji. Mataji, if there are any questions related to, let's presume the first learning says that Duryodhana was an expert or a politician or maybe a diplomat. If we find ourselves in some situations in our life, certainly the probability will always be 50-50. Either we win or either we lose. Or when we are moving in as a sales professional also in the marketplace, I do not know whether this customer will come to me or I will lose it to my competitor. So I'm just trying to relate this with our actual, life scenario or maybe situation. So is it is it not natural that we have a probability of 50-50 maybe?
Prabhu, we have to just do our work, Prabhu. Who will lose and who will get that? Again, it is predestined. So as we go through this Gita, we'll come to know, We always think that we are the doers, but not the doers. So if at all that has to happen at that point of time, that will happen, Prabhu.
Okay, Mataji.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So this is a military phalanx arrangement, So let's have a look, like who is having a more, strength? Somebody from the audience, they can see this picture and they can say, army size is highest with whom? Kauravas or Pandavas?
Kauravas, Mataji.
Kauravas are having 11 Akshohinis. Okay. And how many commander-in-chief are for Pandavas and Kauravas?
Pandavas is only one Mataji, and for Kauravas is 5 Mataji. 6.
And how many Maharathis are there? Warriors. For 60,000 warriors, how many are there from Pandava side and how many are from Kaurava side?
Pandavas have got
Pandavas
one
have
and
four
Kauravas
from
have got 4.
Yes,
Yes.
Mataji.
And Athirathis, like for 10,000 warriors, how many from Pandavas and how many from Kauravas?
6 from Pandavas and Kauravas. 6
Six,
Mataji.
both are
Same
equal.
Mataji. Kauravas
Both are
as Pandavas.
Yeah. So this is the, what do you say, the detailing of this, like Pathi means what, Senumagam, and all these details, like how many chariots will be there, how many elephants will be there, how many horses with soldiers, infantry soldiers. So all those things, you know, this Akshohini division. Okay, fine. I think we'll not go into detail about it. So we wanted only the philosophy part. Okay. Coming to 4 to 6. Yeah, Duryodhana describing warrior of the opposing army, and all of them are fighting for the rights, not for material gains. So it's very strong. And yeah, in one Maharatha, so Bhima, Arjuna, Drishtaketu, Chekitana, Kunti Bhoja, Yudhamanyu. So all these people will be there in one Maharatha of Pandavas battlefield. And yeah, coming to the battlefield of Kauravas. So Pandavas are fighting for the, not for the material gains, they are fighting only for the dharma, whereas the Kauravas are fighting for the material gain because they wanted a kingdom, you know. So at the same time, many of them like Dronacharya and all, most of them, they are favoring Pandavas, but unfortunately they are on the side of Kauravas, and they are ready to lay their lives for the Kauravas. Okay, so these are the people who are there in the other army, that is Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Kripacharya, Ashwadama, Vikarna, Saumadatti, Jayadratha and all. Okay, Hare Krishna. Next. Observing the armies on the battlefield. Verse 10, Duryodhana describing strength of his army. Okay, so self-appraisal. They say, no, they are appraising himself. So, aparyaptam, immeasurable or insufficient, and it is protected by Bhima. So, Pandavas are protected by Bhishma Pitamaha. Okay, Kauravas are protected by Bhishma Pitamaha, and nobody can kill Bhishma Pitamaha. You know, he is sellable. At the same time, he has got a boon who can die only when he wants. Okay, nobody can kill him. And Duryodhana was feeling secure, like, yes, Bhishma Pitamaha is there on my side. And Pandavas are protected by Bhima. Okay, Bhima, okay, but he's not as, what do you say, as powerful as Bhishma. This is Duryodhana's assumption. Of course, he is little bit older, but I think if he's taken care properly, definitely we are going to win. So he is having this assumption in his mind. So Duryodhana is envious of Bhima also. And he also has this thought process inside. If anybody is going to kill me means, it is only going to be a Bhima. So no other can have that courage to kill me. So this is the thought process which is going on inside Duryodhana's mind. Okay. Observing the armies on the battlefield. That is verse 11 to 12. Duryodhana requesting his army to support Bhishma. So Duryodhana is a diplomat. In the previous slides, we have seen he's a good politician, diplomat and all those things, isn't it? So he thinks others in the army feel bad, hence he requests them to support or protect the Bhishma, because Bhishma is becoming old also, no? So he's asking the younger generation people to protect the Bhishma. Okay, and yeah, he's old and needs support and protection. Duryodhana confident in support from Bhishma, and Dronacharya has support him during the gambling match. So why this? You may have a doubt, like why Bhishma and Drona are very pious people and they are on the side of a Kaurava, isn't it? Does anybody in the audience have this doubt?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. What could be the cause?
Yes, Mataji.
What could be the cause? Anybody?
Situation, according to situation, they were
Bhishma has
But
can't
vowed
oppose.
to protect Hastinapur, Mataji. So he is on the side of Kauravas.
Okay, but not the exact answer. What I wanted.
I think Bhishma loves both side Mataji. Like even for Pandavas he has same affection, and even for Kauravas he has same affection. For that sake, Mataji, is it true, Mataji?
No, it is true, but you know why they are on the side of they are very righteous
Hare Krishna.
persons, you know, they should be on
Hare
the
Krishna.
side of a righteous person. Why they are on the side? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, man. Hare Krishna. It is because
Yes, Prabhu.
he is to protect the
Yes,
throne.
Prabhu.
Basically, as far as Bhishma is concerned, he's taken a vow that he should protect the throne. Whoever is on the throne, it is his protection towards the throne.
Okay.
It is that commitment of his, that word of his, he always keeps to his words, we say. And that is what is being heard so far.
Okay.
So he stood by the
Yeah.
throne of Dhritarashtra. The throne was in Dhritarashtra's hands. So he's standing with the people who are in the throne. And since he is under the throne, he has taken their food. And one more deeper understanding is that he had been taking the food like from the people, from such people like Dhritarashtra. He was endowed with those people, and the food had that that negativity within him that is also being told. I don't know how far such things are true. And one more doubt, since we are going on
No.
this topic, I would like to put in another question. See, as for logic, ma'am, isn't it that now Dhritarashtra is on the throne? He's the elder person also. Was it not the right thing that only his son should come to the throne? How could the Pandavas, the second son, the Pandavas were the secondary, they were the second sons only, no? They were not, Dhritarashtra's sons only were endowed for the crown. No? How could these people ask? They can ask for something, some help or something for living. How could they ask for the throne itself? Was that also not obviously that very right? I don't know how far things
Yes.
are explained. Yeah.
Yes. I
I
your
hope
point.
you follow my question.
Actually,
Thank you.
yes, yes.
Thank you.
because he
Thank
is
you for giving me the chance.
Hare Krishna. So he is a handicapped person, like he is a blind. A blind person cannot become a king. Okay. Then people who are in full senses and who are full capable, they can only become the king. Okay. That is how Panduraja has become a king. So now the throne has to be for Pandavas only, isn't it? So,
Okay,
but still, you
yeah.
know, and
I know. Okay.
yeah, and
Okay,
at
if
the
it, yeah, I
yeah,
know that
Hare
all
Krishna.
this
So at the
politics is all Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
yeah,
Okay.
is a, you know, we can't do anything as of now. It is just our discussion part. We
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
change
Just
anything.
because, sorry,
And,
if I know
so
we can't change anything. Yeah, I just know since it was a healthy conversation and a healthy debate. It's not actually a debate. We are healthily contributing towards spirituality rather than Krishna or whatever.
yes, okay. So because
Basically, the goodness of
yeah,
everybody.
yes.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, continue.
Hare Krishna. So because he was the king, then his son are entitled to become the king next. Okay, but still, you know, Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana, all these people, they say some reasons they will send him to send Pandavas to the forest. They will make them, because despite knowing after Pandu's death, you know, Kunti along with 5 sons, they will be sent to the forest for 13 years. Okay. And after coming back also, they don't want any kingdom. They didn't ask for any kingdom. They said, since we are Kshatriyas, our Varnashrama Dharma says that we should be ruling. You give us one village, so we will rule over that and we'll be happy. We don't want anything else. We don't want Hastinapur. We don't want all the luxuries what you're having. And now you say, so is that right on their part for not giving at least one village for them?
Yes, ma'am. Hare Krishna. Yes, ma'am. I understand. That's what I was telling. If they are not standing for the throne, then it is right, ma'am. That's what I already told. They just asked for village by the last point. They just asked for a village only. That was even denied. Not even a village, a bit of space, 5 huts. Last to the last, they had come down to very, very meager possession of just living, livelihood alone. I do know about that story also. That is right on that part. But as such, claiming the throne, when the point came of us claiming the throne, I just had my question.
They don't want all those things. Yeah.
So,
Hare
okay.
Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So they don't want all those things. And when Pandavas approached Duryodhana will be, when anyone who is in a power, they feel so powerful and they don't want to lose on even a single. See, people who have lakhs and crores of money to ask somebody to give in alms, they will not be. Maybe a person who is having some thousands of money in salary, they will donate something to the good purpose. So like he was so much greedy, and somewhere he was very much envious of the good qualities of Pandava. He says, if you're so good enough, you win over me and take the kingdom. That's how he challenged them. That's how the war happens. Okay. And yeah. And why are this Bhishma and Dronacharya are on the side of Kauravas is that when Draupadi Vastraparana is happening in the courtyard, they will be the eyewitness. They will not stop anything there. And for which they have been punished. I think it's like a punishment that they should be on the side of a Kaurava side. Okay. Yeah, as we have discussed in the previous slides, from the Kaurava side, Bhishma will blow the conch shell, and from the Pandava side, Arjuna and Lord Krishna and rest of the Pandavas will blow the conch shells. So when they are blowing the conch shells, that's not causing much of a concern. But when Lord Krishna and Arjuna are blowing the conch shell, somehow it has produced some sort of a fear in their minds and all. And it's something like tumultuous sound of conch shells, drums, bugles, and trumpets. It's something like a victory signal, and they couldn't take it. So next is observing the armies in the battlefield. Krishna and Arjuna are blowing the transcendental conch shells, and Krishna and Arjuna is described as transcendental because when they are blowing it, you can see the victory signal and the various names of Krishna. When you read the purport, Lord Krishna has been described as Rishikesha, Madhava, Madhusudana, and all those things. So this is one such which is included in this particular slide. And so wherever Lord Krishna is there, the goddess of fortune will accompany him. And why the victory is certain for this is because Krishna, Lord, is with them. And wherever Lord is there, the goddess of Lakshmi, the wealth will also be with them. And the chariot, which is, what do you say, the Arjuna is having, the chariot is gifted by Agnidev. And it is capable of conquering all the three worlds. And you got a Kapi Dwaja, that is Hanuman on the flag. And the day was Mokshada Ekadashi, and everything was favorable for the Pandavas to win. So Krishna, Arjuna, and Bhima were blowing the conch shell, and these are the different names of the conch shells which are blown by Krishna. Is called Panchajanya, Arjuna, Devadatta, Paundra, Bhima, and Yudhishthira, Ananta Vijaya, Sughosha, and Manipushpaka. These are the names of the conch shells which are blown by the respective Krishna, Arjuna, Krishna, and rest of the Pandavas. Okay. So here the philosophy, what we have to learn is the word Rishikesham is the one who conquers the senses. So Krishna is situated in heart, direct senses based on living entity's desire. Okay. If we surrender onto him, he will let us go in the path of Sattva-guna, and he will take charge of what is good for us and he will take further. But if we don't surrender our senses onto him and we do as a wish, definitely we will get deviated and we'll be there in the Rajo as well as the Tamoguna. Okay, somebody has a question in the audience. Mataji, why is Dronacharya in the Kauravas? Because they didn't, they were helpless and they were not stopping the, when Duryodhana is disrobing Draupadi in the courtyard. That is the reason why they are on the Kauravas side. So as I told you, that particular puppet has all these things, different names of Lord Krishna. Krishna means all attractive, Rishikesha, the master of senses, Madhava, the husband of goddess of fortune, Achyuta means infallible one, Madhusudana, killer of demon Madhu, Govinda, one who gives pleasure to the senses of the cows, and Vasudeva is son of Vasudeva, Devaki Nandana, son of Devaki, Yashodanana, son of Yashoda, Pardasarathi, because he is the charioteer to Arjuna in this particular war, and Kesha because he's the killer of a Keshidaman, and Janardana, that is maintainer of all living entities or killer of all living entities, because in 11th chapter, Dhananjaya, and this is with regard to Arjuna, that means the conqueror of wealth, Partha means son of Pritha, again Kunti Devi, Gudakesha, again, all these are for the alternate names for Arjuna, that is Dhananjaya, Partha, Gudakesha, means one who conquered the sleeps. Rukodara is the name for the Bhima, voracious eater and performs the Herculean task. Okay. Yeah. So blowing become uproarious, shatters the hearts of son of Dhritarashtra, and Duryodhana team blew the conch shell, did not shatter Pandava's heart because very, very weak, you know, and Kaurava's heart shattered because when Pandavas blew the conch shells and due to fear and signs of a defeat. So Arjuna prepared to fight, and till now only they just blew the conch shell. Now Arjuna is saying now he's not entered in that compassionate mode. He says to Lord Krishna, Krishna, please take me to a place where both the armies are there on both the sides, and I wanted to see the list of the people against whom I have to wage the war or fight the war and all. Okay. So casually he will ask him. Okay. He is in a very good mood, not disturbed at all, in full senses. And I think, yes, I am prepared to go for the war. Let me have a look at it. Okay. In that mode, he will be there. So Arjuna's flag on the chariot has been, as I told you, Kapitvaja, that is, you have an Lord Hanuman on the flag. That is a sign of victory again. So Lord Krishna personally is present as a charioteer and who's a Rishikesha. That means the controller of his senses. So now Arjuna is total control. Now he's in a total control of a Lord Krishna. That means for sure he's going to win. So all the signs are there towards the winning side of Pandavas. Okay. So these are the signs of victory of Pandavas. I wanted one devotee to read this. Anybody?
Shall I read, Mataji? Hare Krishna. Signs of victory for the
Yes,
Pandavas.
Mataji.
Krishna's personal presence confirms victory. Supreme Personality of Godhead is the charioteer. Jayas to Pandaputram Yesham. Krishna's Rishikesha directly controls the sense of a pure devotee. Goddess of fortune. Whenever and wherever the Lord is present, the goddess of fortune is also there. She never lives without her husband. Therefore, all fortune is guaranteed. Venue. Kurukshetra is a holy place. Effect of holy place on the war. Hanumanji on Arjuna's flag. Hanumanji also helped Lord Rama in gaining victory. Symbol of Vishnu. Conch shell is a symbol of Vishnu. This is indirectly indicated by Bhishma and Pandava's conch shells. Transcendental conch shells. Krishna and Arjuna's conch shell mentioned as Divya, transcendental. Bhishma's conch shell to pacify Duryodhana. Agni Deva's chariot given to Arjuna, capable of conquering all directions. Shattering of hearts. Conch shells of Pandavas shattered Kaurava's hearts. Pandava's hearts not shattered because of confidence of taking shelter of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So every sentence is a sign of victory, isn't it? It is sure Krishna is there, Goddess Lakshmi is there, the place Kurukshetra is there, Hanuman's flag is there, conch shells are there, which is giving a victory sign, and Agni chariot is there, which we can conquer all the three worlds and all. So victory is all towards Pandavas, isn't it? So if Pandavas would know this, they will feel happy. Pandavas also know this, that they are going to win over the war. But why the chapter is named as Arjuna Vishada Yoga?
Arjuna was confused, Mataji, to fight with his kinsmen, Mataji. To fight with his brothers, he was like, can I fight with them because they are so correlated? That's what Mataji. He was in confusion mode.
I fight them. No, not confusion is not. Can I fight with them is not. Definitely, I'm going to win this. But I don't want to go for the war. That's what is the situation.
He had
He knows
attachment with
that.
he had
Yes.
attachment, affection towards Bhishma Pitamaha and Dronacharya and his family members, so that he instead of enjoying the kingdom, he wanted his relatives and guru.
Mataji, I can tell something.
Yes, Mataji. So, yes, please.
Yes. When Arjun see the his relative, his son, his Gurudev in the battlefield, he become astonished, and he not want to kill them, and not he never thinking about his own benefit. So he not agree to in the battlefield, and he become not want to do the war. So for this, as he is become audit, and so this chapter is called Arjuna Bishad Jog.
Yes,
Okay.
right. So practical versus theory versus practical. Theory will do many things. Krishna has narrated. You're going to you have to go for the war, and you have to fight against Kauravas and all. That is a theory part. But when it comes to practical, when he's seeing everyone in front of them and they are like, God, I have to kill my own people, then with a victory in front of you, you're totally in a doomed mood. You don't want to in a celebration mode. Okay. So because Arjuna is a very pure devotee, he's compassionate towards his own people. Now, in the coming text, we will know the mood of Arjuna and his inner fears, what exactly he is experiencing. Okay. So tomorrow we'll continue. Hare Krishna. This is all for today.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Mataji.
Mataji.
Any doubts?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Can
It
you
was very
send
nice
Krishna
interaction
Mataji.
rather than the class. It was very
send
nice
this
interaction. Thank
PDF
you.
to
If
the
I have.
group, Mataji?
Yes. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Try to read till this part, at least read only the translation part in Bhagavad Gita book. And all of you have a book with you?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes,
Mataji, are
Mataji.
you sharing the PPT of this?
Yes.
Yes,
So
PPT.
that we can make a note. So that's why thank you, Mataji.
See, just having a PPT, you will not understand it. Unless you read it in a flow, then only you will understand this. Because PPT is just a gist. Yeah, so unless you read the text and the translation part and the purport, you will not have a hold on this. Okay, try to have a very detailed reading. Okay. So
Okay,
those who don't
Mataji.
have a book, they can read from vedabase.io. Okay, I'll just tell
Mataji,
in
20
the chat.
slokas, 20 slokas to be completed by tomorrow. Means with the purport and
Yes.
the translation, right? Yes, Mataji. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes. So vedabase.io is the app where you can register with your Google account and all, and you can just read, first read only the translation part, then read only the perfect. If time permits, then you will have an idea what is the mood of individual person and what exactly we have discussed in the class. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Vanchakalpatarubhyas
Krishna Mataji,
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna
Namo
Mataji.
Namaha. Yeah, thank you, co-host and participants. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.